Hey everybody. I wanted to talk a little bit today about trauma. Um, Trauma can be a lot of different things. It can be um, maybe growing up in a household where there's a lot of violence, or it could be an assault. It can be um, possibly a hurricane, your house burns down. Um, it can be a lot of different things that can cause a person to have trauma responses. Um, and what happens when a trauma happens to you is that you have your heart beating faster, your muscles tense up, you get stress hormones like adrenaline and cortisol that flood your system, and they keep you on high alert. So over time, what can happen is that the trauma can cause a rewiring in your brain. The fear center, which is the amygdala, which creates that fight, flight, or freeze response, which was put in us for a good reason. It was put in us so that when something happens, when danger comes, we can be on alert and we can have all these things happen so that we can run, we can fight, or we can run the flight, or we possibly, like I said, will freeze, which means if you've ever woken up in the middle of the night to a dog throwing up or an alarm going off and that you're not expecting, or I actually woke up one time to a hailstorm where the hail was about the size of softballs and we have a metal roof. So I remember jumping out of the bed so quick and my heart was beating so fast. Those are all things that can cause, all these reactions to happen in your body. And so when that happens, sometimes it'll get stuck. If there's some type of trauma that happens, it can be that one-time event or just over time, it gets stuck. And you are continuously, little noises might make you jump. Someone walking past you that maybe is harmless might, immediately your little spidey senses go crazy and you decide that something bad might be about to happen. So when you don't process that trauma, you'll feel stuck physically and emotionally. Like you can't seem to get to a point to where everything doesn't make you nervous and everything doesn't make you feel like something's going to happen. Or sometimes it's not just anything. It's like just little things could be something that just sets that trigger, because maybe there was a sound that you heard during that all the time, a song that played. There could be a whole lot of things that can cause that trauma response. There's a lot of different therapies that can be used to help that trauma be processed. Cognitive behavioral therapy is one of the largest ones used, but there's lots of tools that we can use that help someone to process the trauma and get to the point where it's not quite so big. But if you've been carrying around trauma, and if you have, probably, because you feel it everywhere in your body sometimes, you're not broken, you're not alone, and the big one here is healing is possible, and it's available. So if you'd like to take that first step and start working on those traumas, give me a call. I'd be happy to meet with you and see if we can put you on the road to recovery, because it's a journey, but it is a journey that's worth every step that it would take to get to. So I hope y'all have a great day and happy weekend.